Let's talk anime. Hello and welcome to Brandon's Discuss Anime, a 15 plus Reckless Amoeba podcast. I am your host, Brandon Horvath, and with me are my co-host, Brandon Palinger.
Hello.
Are you wearing things that are super comfortable?
They fit so perfectly.
Oh my god, yes. Also with us, Ryan.
One might even say it has a life of its own.
Mmm.
One might even say it's raw.
Anyway, yes, we're here. Ignore everything that just happened.
I'll remove it. So, Beastars is coming back for his second season in January.
Oh shit, they announced when? Cool.
I think it was about a week ago when they said it.
Nice.
So I'm just wondering
We're gonna have to think
how
about
much this will cover, because so much happens in this that I could see happening in the second season.
Well, I mean, you forget, we still have to consider whether we want to eat it or fuck it first. Alright, that's gonna be like the first, half of that season. And then the second half's gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then the final half, or I should say the last episode's gonna be, you know what? I'm not gonna kill it and eat it. I'm gonna fuck it.
Yes.
And then, we'll just restart it later in the next season.
Oh, high school drama with animals.
You're turning into a furry.
Yep.
The good
Furry
thing is,
territory.
the same studio is doing season 2.
That's cool.
Hey, look, consistency. Everyone loves consistency.
Yeah?
One Punch Man.
It'd be more weird if it changed.
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
Yeah, like that. Because that one real bad. By comparison to the first one.
Yeah?
It was just straight up not as good. And even you were like, you agreed. Season 1 was just better.
Yeah, but I didn't find as much.
Oh no, you weren't as critical as me. I'll give you that. You were not as critical as me. But to me, it still looked like garbage by comparison because there was just the action was not as good.
Well, I wouldn't call it a garbage season.
I was going to say, and that's not on the fault of the source material at all. I've read the source material up until that point. So it is definitely not the source material's fault.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was garbage, but I would say it was
subpar. Like that's probably the best way to put it. It's subpar. Because your par now is season 1.
And I also heard that Thunderbolt Fantasy season 3 got pushed back because of coronavirus.
I mean, we're going to see that a lot in a lot of different media until this thing's brought under control, no matter what we like or what we don't like.
I heard the MCU got pushed back one slot for the next few movies.
We'll see how long that's going to last, because, you're still going to have to try and, go out and get your footage. You can edit at home all you want. You can't, record your scenes at home.
Oh my god. This isn't, what's that crap? After last season.
I don't know what that is.
Let me just say, cardboard MRI machine.
Oh boy.
That's all I'll tell you about it. It is a horrible movie. I want to see it, but cardboard MRI machine.
Wow.
Switching from me onto you guys, anything going on with you?
I watched Over the Garden Wall.
Oh.
Hey, you finally got on that one.
Yeah. I randomly came across it on Hulu, and I remember us doing an episode on it. Dude, it's really cool. I really enjoyed it.
I think we covered that last year sometime.
Yeah.
I want to say 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I could be wrong though. I could be misremembering. But yes, that is such a great miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's basically the length of a small movie is great.
Yeah, I stayed up a little late watching it. I think Sunday actually. So that was nice. That's pretty much. That's about it.
Well, as for me, I finished Archiza this morning.
Damn, dude, you really savored it.
Well, hey, look, man, I didn't have much time to eat at home, so I'm just like, you know what? Well, I'll hit it on the weekend. So that one ended up being my smoked deliciousness was waiting on the weekend for me, which was this morning. So yeah. Shit. What else? Not much else. I can't report anything on Final Fantasy VII. I haven't really gotten a chance to get to it this time. Shit. What else? There's something else I wanted to mention, and I forget what it was.
Oh, my brother-in-law was just telling me about this anime, the girl who saved all of her XP and used it on defense or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember what it's actually called.
Legend of the Shield Hero, I think that one is. If I had to guess.
Go ahead. I'm gonna just look this up.
I have been playing a bit of Witcher 3. That's been fun. Oh, by the way, it took me like an hour, but I'm back up to 15,000 in excess of fucking DNA and Destroy All Humans. So that was nice and easy to get.
And we're going to be doing that after we finish up The Witness, which probably has another month and a half left. Either that or I'll double upload game footage.
I was gonna say we got a lot more than I realized.
Yeah, since I think on the 5th stream of 9.
I think the 9th one. Yeah, the 9th one was mostly just like trying to get through that secret ending.
And
then discussing it. Yeah. Man, what else? Oh, shit, that's right. I want to talk about Fate Grand Order, because the new event dropped, I think, on Tuesday. So, Brandon, remember how we were discussing fucking Eizouken before?
Yes.
So this is basically Eizouken, but Groundhog Day Eizouken. Except it's just a regular manga and not an anime.
Okay.
So, we go to this place called Hawaii because there's supposedly some weird servant running amok there. And then, oh no, we're in a singularity. And it's BB-chan who did it with her evil, like, insidious stupidity. Where she just breaks the fourth wall. Yes, BB again. Where she smashes together all of the islands and creates this lovely island of Luluhawa.
Really?
Uh-huh. And you know what everyone's there for? Because all the servants are there.
A luau.
Oh, no. It's better.
Define better.
We're here for Servafest, a servant convention. Where a bunch of groups of different servants have created their own clubs and are making different types of, like, shit to sell at the con. And we have Joan d'Arc Alter, swimsuit version, of course, who's dragged us and a few others into beating out original Joan of Arc, who's got her own really sweet manga that she's, like, doing again. And Alter is just very upset that Joan is doing so well and wants to beat the shit out of her at her own game.
Okay.
Also, Blackbeard's there, and he's just like, yes, I love everything about this. Never underestimate drawing a good proportioned woman in your manga.
I remember Blackbeard is a bit of a perv.
Blackbeard's a perv and an otaku, so he's literally in his element. The only thing I don't like about this, and I don't, it's because Robin Hood is in this one, and he's got like a new costume, so that way he's in like a Hawaiian shirt and shit, right? The art they use for him, because he's like the quote unquote manager in this respect, who's also essentially under BB's foot, as far as like, you're gonna tell me how the others are doing in this club while you're the manager, you know. It's like they cut out his head from his original art and slapped it on this new body, because it really looks like somebody painted that one with a different, like painted the body with a different style than what the head was originally done as. Like, it feels like it's off. But Blackbeard's got a whole new outfit of it, like a t-shirt with like a Surfa Fest t-shirt, and he's giving off like finger guns, and he looks great.
Oh
He's
my
just so
god.
happy.
That sounds amazing.
like fucking, it's the best. And then every time it's like, well, you didn't win first place, and Maeve over there, you know, little miss, I'm the best beautiful person in most beautiful character here, is winning constantly and using the holy grail that I guess BB doesn't want to just give us to fix the problems. She wants to make it a contest and force us to win it. She keeps rewinding the time so that we have to keep going through to win. What was it? I've done 2 manga, and they give you craft essence of the manga title, or not title, the cover page of the manga as the craft essence. One of them is just straight up a slice of life manga where it's the Knights of the Round Table as a family, and they've adopted the little Lion King saber.
Yes?
Another one, and this is a character you haven't met yet, but it's Duchess Anastasia out of Russia, who apparently had to flee due to a revolution, ended up in Japan, and now has an obsession with ramen and is going on a like cross-country ramen fest tour. Apparently she's also picked up someone that's called Rock Boy, who is an aspiring ramen chef. So I like, even in like the description of the craft essence, it's like the next episode will be Rock Boy versus like Hanazawa or something like that in a ramen cook-off, and I'm like, oh, Shokugeki, all right, let's go.
Oh, and
Like,
one more thing from my end. Since I am into tokusatsu a bit, I saw this on one toku website, and this relates to anime, but big name voice actor Toshihiko Seki just came down with COVID, who is well known for Momotaro's from Kamen Rider Den-O, Iruka Umino from Naruto,
oh shit, I didn't know that was his
Japanese
last name.
dub for the 10th Doctor, and extremely relevant, a character in the anime we will be covering today.
So you mentioned tokusatsu. I should mention that the servant that has gone berserk is essentially like, they call out like, hey, is that a tokusatsu cosplay?
And wasn't oh, I forget who he was, but he looked like a shirtless rock star, and he had like a white and black coat variant
For what?
for his like 2 variants. I know like his berserker was a black coat, his other one was a white coat, and I know he is a homage to Toku.
I'm blanking on who that would be.
I know he has a kick as his Noble Phantasm.
I'm honestly
no,
not.
no. He rides a motorcycle.
Oh, Sakata Kentucky.
Yes, him.
Yeah, what about him?
I know he's has some Toku basis within like his Noble Phantasm
Mm-hmm.
and the way he behaves, but back to Toshihiko Seki. Get well, dude. Keep voice acting because you do a lot of good voice work, even though I don't listen to Japanese dubs, but you seem pretty well known, so get well soon.
I can't say I actually didn't listen to the dub for this one, or listen to the sub for this one. The dub was pretty fucking good. I don't have a complaint about it. Every single character was not annoying, and they all seem to fit the characters pretty well.
Right.
Oh, Ryan, did you find out what you were looking for yet, or no?
Yeah. It's called I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense.
Okay, so that is definitely not the one I was thinking of.
Okay. Yeah.
I've not actually heard of that one. Is it new?
Came out this year, January.
Okay, so it is new then.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, it ended March. There's 12 episodes.
Oh, nice.
Okay, Ryan.
All right, go ahead.
Anime.
Yep.
Kill la Kill.
Dude, this sounds really familiar.
You might have spotted it. It's on Netflix.
It's been out for about 7 years now, so
Yeah.
you may have seen it somewhere down the line.
Was it on like Adult Swim or something?
Don't. Was it? I don't remember.
Yeah, that's probably where I've seen it.
It was on Toonami.
Yeah, Toonami. Honestly, it sounds like an assassin type anime. Lady assassin. I don't know. It just makes me think of what the hell's that game? Beretta or whatever. Bayonetta. Yeah. Something similar to that.
I mean, there's some stupid bullshit, and clothing's involved. I'll give you that.
Okay. Like how Spawn's cape can like turn into a protective cape or like armor. Or
he's getting way closer than I like.
Killer. Oh man, was it like a French clothing store?
I'm not sure how to answer that one. I mean, it's, the store
like
part
the
is wrong.
tuxedo, where it's like a machine or like it's a smart suit. You ever see that Jackie Chan movie?
Do you like how close he's getting
familiar.
to this?
But yeah, so he wears like a suit that has like gadgets and stuff. He's like a secret agent or something.
Secret agent man.
I think it's actually called Get Smart. Could be totally wrong.
I remember that movie title. I don't remember if what you're talking about is actually correct.
Yeah, I think Steve Carell's in that.
Wasn't that the basis for Inspector Gadget?
Inspector Gadget.
Probably, because Get Smart was out in like the 70s or whatever.
Yeah, and it was like the same guy who voiced Inspector Gadget was in that.
Oh, really?
In
Did not know that.
Guy something?
Huh. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Because Inspector Gadget, I mean, he is a robot himself, but his suit and all that shit has stuff.
I basically remember about Get Smart, and I've only seen a few episodes in reruns, of course, but have a cone of silence, which is supposedly this secret dome that lowers over your head, except echoes so much you're forced to yell and totally eliminates any soundproofing in the dome.
Orion, am I wrong in thinking that Cone of Silence is quite literally a D&D spell?
Silence is a spell, yeah.
I swore there was one that was called Cone of Silence.
No, there's like Cone of Cold or something.
They're just mixing them.
So, this is...
Orion, I got an idea. before we get into this. So here's an idea for the next time you want to make a D&D item.
Yeah.
How about we call it the Cone of Stupidity, and it's just a dunce cap.
Sounds like a good idea.
No, the Cone of Shame. The Cone of Shame.
Damn. All right. Just makes the wearer feel shameful.
Just very ashamed of themselves for everything they do.
I don't want to get into too much of the later details, so I'll leave it vague in the beginning. This series is about clothing and how it can make you super powerful. Also, less clothing and how it can make you super powerful.
Huh.
So that joke from Dragon Ball Abridged about how being on this planet means if you wear less clothing you become stronger is accurate.
Because the main protagonist, her battle form is an incredibly short skirt and a top that gives about half her underboobs exposed.
A lot of underboob.
Nice.
And there's these things called Goku uniforms, which gives you incredible strength and or powers based on what part of the school you belong to. Like, for example, if you're part of the boxing club, the Goku uniform will include giant spiked boxing gloves.
Well, specifically, it's for the club leaders, or the club presidents, that get that kind of thing. The rest of the rank and file sometimes get the lower ranking uniforms, which just give you, like, they don't transform. They're just basic uniforms that give you more power.
And most of the students are no stars. They have regular, average, everyday uniforms without any special powers attached. So our main protagonist is on revenge because she knows somebody at the school killed her father, and she is pissed, and let's just say the school is filled with lots of insanity.
Putting it mildly, man. Insanity is the most mild version of this.
Oh my god. Where do we want to go from here? Do we want to talk about Mako?
Mako and her father, the back alley doctor?
Yes. What about Mako's hallelujah speeches and her extremely insane stream of consciousness talking?
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
I was reading in the Japanese dub, a lot of her movements are pun-based.
I had a well, because like there's one where she's literally hanging herself.
Yeah. And these are all like rapid fire shots of her, like
single frames,
posing upside down, like wearing a duck hat.
Well, there's the one where they're looking at the Elite Four and they're all women for some reason.
Yeah?
Like, I had to question that one for a minute. Like, why are they all girls? I had to pause and go back.
I think you were telling me the first 5 episodes confused you to no end before you thought, fuck it, I'm just going to go with it.
It wasn't confusion. It was just me questioning what the fuck is going on. Because, like, I had seen peripheral stuff involving this show, right? I came in here having an idea of what's probably going on, and I was correct for, you know, a couple of those things. But for the main plot swaths, I was just, like, backsided without a second. Like, they slammed my head, and I have no idea what's going on. Like, the one fucking guy has literal keyboards all over his body that he just keeps tapping. Like, digital keyboards.
Computer keyboards, not musical keyboards.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And he's tapping away on it, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, it looks real creepy.
Because he's tapping on his arm with one hand, his leg with one hand, just going, "Ooh, this will be great for data collection."
Well, it's that. It's the fact that he's just straight up like tapping like his back, his leg. He's tapping like on his shoulder blades, his neck at one point. It's like, Jesus, man. Go play StarCraft. You've got way too many actions per minute here.
Oh,
Your APM is too high.
oh, where do we go from here?
We didn't really talk about the back alley doctor and how technically his wife is making mystery meat croquettes and how those could be like leftover patient parts. Like, we can go dark with this theory.
Because literally there is a bone sticking out of one of the croquettes.
There's a bone. In one point, there's a fish. I know they've seen both of those there at one point or another. And nobody knows where she gets the food, and I believe her father is always complaining about being dirt poor. Other than the one episode where they all get money because Mako goes crazy.
Yes. Because in this society, the school controls the city around it, and if you're a no-star student, you get forced into the slums. The more stars you have, the more wealth your family seems to get.
I'm guessing it's a weird socialist kind of government setup where the better you are at this thing, the higher the income becomes. Like they provide you with places to do things.
Because the one episode Mako became a 2-star and she got upgraded to a mansion.
Yeah.
And she got drunk with power.
Oh yeah.
And it was a JoJo reference with her dressed just like Jotaro.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Have you fallen in love yet?
Kind of. Nonon was adorable.
Other than in the Japanese dub, you said, which I had heard tell that her Japanese dub version is really obnoxious.
She sounds like a crotchety old woman.
I should also mention that there is a kill game, like fighting game.
Yes.
Which apparently, if I recall correctly, only has a handful of characters in it.
Right.
Like I think it's the Elite Four, Satsuki, Ryuko, and like maybe one or two other randoms. Raggyo's in it. Mako's in it. I think that might be it. Like it is like less than 10.
And I know Big Bad of the series is in it too.
Yes, Raggyo. We'll get to her.
And her awesome music.
Music in this anime is fucking on point. It is fucking great.
Yes.
Like, it is ridiculously good for some reason. Whoever was in charge of it did an amazing job.
I will say this has one of the top 3 anime soundtracks to me, along with original Fooly Cooly and Cowboy Bebop.
Like, god damn, is that some good music. Like, you can easily pick out people just by the theme. Like, Raggyo, our big bad, that is the best villain music I've heard in a long time. And then, you have our lovely theme of just heroine being badass.
Yes. Can we talk about the talking sailor uniform?
I was wondering when we'd get to that insanity.
Ryan, your thoughts on a talking sailor uniform?
Where does it talk out of? What part of the...
Well, let's put it this way. The midriff is the mouth because there's a midriff there. It's just exposed.
Okay.
It is also constantly yelling at our main character to wear him.
Put me on! Take off those clothes and put me on!
If you don't put me on, I'll force you to wear me.
The hell?
There is so much innuendo in this series.
Yeah, it's pretty strange.
Oh, that's not the strangest part.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets weirder.
Totally crazy, so ridiculous, so awesome.
Does the thing have eyes, or it's just a dress?
Its eyes are like a scarf that is part of the sailor uniform. And one of which it looks like it's an eye patch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when it's in clothing form, more or less, the eyes are at about boob level. And the mouth is midriff, and like its arms are basically the slaves. So
Let's see here. There you go. There's an image of the guy.
its name is Senketsu.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
That gives you a better visual of that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So we find out that the Goku uniforms are infused with something called life fibers that enhances a human's potential.
Huh.
The more stars on your uniform, the more life fibers in your clothing, the more power you have. And if you're lucky enough to have a 3-star, you can have battle forms to your uniform that goes to Dragon Ball levels of insane power.
I'm not even going to say that. I disagree. They're strong, yes. They're not Planet Buster levels of strong, because that's Dragon Ball to me. You're blowing up planets.
Fair enough. But I'm just going to jump to the side note. In the Elite Four, Nonon, best girl in this anime.
There are plenty that are probably going to contend with you just because of that voice actress of hers in the Japanese.
Yeah, but I am going for English dub because she sounds adorable in the English dub.
Yeah, but she's still a bit of a bitch.
She's evil.
Is she, though, by the end?
Spoiler? No.
She's still a spoiled bitch, though. Like, don't get me wrong, I still like her. I still think she's a spoiled bitch, though.
Yeah,
Spoiler.
but she is the part of the Elite Four.
So?
I just had a thought. Okay, I'll get back to this.
I know exactly where you're going with this as soon as you said it.
Yeah.
I'm 99%
near
sure.
the very end of it. Because this is a side note, and I don't want to get too sidetracked until we get close to the end.
Oh, it's fine. New shirt. Fucking the Elite Four from Kill la Kill just with Pokemon.
Yes. Okay, I'll just drop this here. If the Elite Four in Kill la Kill were the Elite Four in Pokemon, what types would they be?
Oh, fucking Nonon would not be a type person. It'd be any sound-based Pokemon. So like Primarina, who's literally a singer, Chimico, who's a chiming bell, Loudred or Exploud, who's a fucking just living boombox essentially. Like it'd be sound-based Pokemon for her. Like it'd be themed. It wouldn't be typing.
Gamagori? Rock?
Yeah, it'd be Rock or Steel. I would have to say. In the case of shit, who's the Kendo dude? I'm blanking on his name. Sanagayama, that's his name. He would totally be a fighting type trainer. Sanagayama would be fighting types. And the other guy, the other guy would be electric. I'm not quite sure what I would give Satsuki, honestly. That one's hard to pick out for her.
Well, she is your rival, so...
Is she the rival or is she the champion?
I'm not sure at this point.
Like, I'm not sure what hers would be. Like, I almost feel like hers would just be a straight up variety hour.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the main topic.
Yes.
Oh, God. Where did we leave off? I don't remember.
We were talking about how Nonon is best girl. You said many people disagree, and then we went into Pokemon.
All right, yes, just because of her voice. But yeah, I personally like Ryuko. I would say she is best girl, just because she has that fiery attitude, and I kind of like that. Same reason I like Mordred.
Yes, Mortis is amazing.
Like, God, it would not shock me. And again, I haven't watched the Japanese, so I don't know for sure. But like, I could totally see Mordred's voice actress playing Ryuko. It would fit so well.
Yeah, I could kind of see that.
Miyuki Sawashiro. That's the person who plays Mordred. Okay. Let me see here.
Ami Koshimizu.
Okay. So yeah, two different people.
Oh, she was Sailor Jupiter in the new Sailor Moon series.
So she was a disappointment too.
Hmm.
Well, maybe not her, just that show in general.
Yeah. And she was in Persona 4.
As which character?
Let me get back. Yukiko?
Which one is that? Because there's one that I've heard.
Amagi? Yukiko Amagi?
Don't know. I only know them by their looks.
Okay.
So, P4. Okay, yep. She's the one that people don't like.
Ryuko's main weapon is half a scissor set. And by set,
make sure it's giant. Let's make that clear. It's a giant half a pair of scissors.
And she knows the person that killed her father has the other half.
Because she got there just as her father died, and the person jumping away had the other half of the scissors in her hand.
So this first part of the series is basically Ryuko trying to track down her father's killer. And shenanigans she gets into with some of the clubs challenging her to fight. They find out that this can be taken easily by knocking down all the club presidents. So, in a few episodes later, they decide to start a fight club. So Ryuko can track down all the heads and just ease everybody off so that she can narrow her search.
Let's also point out that she started off wanting to be club president, realized all the bullshit paperwork she'd have to do, and then shoved it onto Mako.
And then Mako becomes a 2-star.
She becomes power hungry.
What are the power rankings? A 2-star?
1, 2, and 3-star are the power rankings of the Goku uniforms.
Okay.
1 is just, I would say, like, substandard at best. You can hold your own, but you can't hold your own against a 3-star.
Okay.
It seems that 2-star is where the real powers develop, but the Elite Four is the only 3-stars around, and they have, like, superpower.
They get, like, fucking Gundam transformations. They get Gundam outfits, man.
How big is Gamagori?
You know, I believe the official definition was bigger than you.
Yes.
Much like the last one, whose size is just gremlin. This one is a very poorly defined size. Because he'll go from just being, like, a slightly larger than usual person, you know, maybe like a 7-foot, like, bodybuilder level guy, right? To just straight up, I'm so huge I barely fit in a room. My back is literally crushing the ceiling. I'm so big and barely fit in here. To which, you know, I have to ask the question, how the fuck did he get in that room to begin with?
I remember in one flashback scene where he was first pledging his loyalty to Sasuke, he was so huge, he was shaking her hand with his one finger.
Yeah. Yeah, and let's also point out that was like 2 years before the series supposed to take place.
No. No. She was a first-year middle school student then.
I thought he said he was going to wait 2 years for her. I think that was specifically the line.
Oh, so he... Okay, so she was a second-year student then.
So, you know.
So she was 13 at the time and he was 14 or 15?
Something like that, yeah.
So...
But he's massive, that's the point.
To the point of hilarity, sometimes, of his ever-changing size.
Like, the visual gags on the fact that this man is just a giant is hilarious. Like, I have to assume he just has the natural talent to grow and shrink as he pleases.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I can assume. Let's also point out that, like, one of the transformations of his Goku uniform is just straight up, like, it looks like he's in an S&M outfit. Like, there's a ball gag on there.
Yes. And since he's the head of the disciplinary committee, he has whips. Lots and lots of whips.
Which he uses to, on occasion, whip himself. Penitence.
And it powers him up. I've been a bad boy. Rah!
Yeah, no, yeah, it goes there. It totally goes there. Told you, there's a lot of innuendo in this.
So much. Can we talk about the teacher who is a secret agent for Nudist Beach?
Well, you like, the best part is he acts like he's like fucking what? I'm gonna say he acts like he's like hitting his early 50s and he's old and crotchety. But like he takes off the disguise, which is literally just, let me throw off my pants and my shirt and brush back my hair and junk the glasses. And suddenly I'm like Superman levels of beautiful. So like, I don't know what he does, but apparently certain parts of his body are just constantly glowing with like
Yes.
a purple glow in the shape of a star.
Emanating from his nipples.
Oh, and his groin.
But that's how he actually announces where he's from. Because he says, like, we're part of a secret society. I can't tell you much about it. Ryoko goes like, tell me, where are you from? Nudist Beach.
In the most provocative way you could possibly say it.
And of course, Ryoko doesn't believe him because she's so hot-blooded. She says, like, fine, if you want to mess with me, you can tell me later. But that's what we're actually called.
That's what we actually call ourselves. Like, the best part is his transformation in the fucking epilogue, where it's just like a handful of frames of him just throwing off his clothing. Like the fastest change possible.
And just like slick back your hair, take off the glasses, boom, you're someone different.
A couple more steps than Superman, but you know, same basic idea.
So Ryan, your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I kind of assume I'm more shocked that he actually is able to say words with this one, because I didn't think he'd be able to say words.
Yes.
It's really confusing.
Oh, it was confusing.
Oh yeah, I did say the first 5 episodes were literally me screaming "What the fuck" at the computer as I watched it.
Oh, and just some of the level of clubs this school has, like there.
Oh god, they're so
where
so
they were,
specific.
where they were being chased down by a combination between the automotive club and the airsoft rifle club. They recently merged. So you have them with a car with mounted machine guns on it. Oh my god. And Gamagori needs to escape them.
Like, oh my, it's
Because
so ludicrous.
even though they're rivals, you're a member of the student body, and I am the head of the disciplinary committee. You are my responsibility. Keeping you safe is what I need to do in this situation.
To be fair, it's keeping them safe from others until he's looking for them.
Or another member of the Elite Four.
Pretty much.
Oh, and our Alpha Bitch student body president also has a magical transformating uniform. Except hers,
really?
unfortunately, doesn't talk.
Which is strange. I kept expecting it to.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me pull this up for a second. So,
And hers is just as gimpy as Ryoko's.
all right. So, Orion, just to give you an idea, all right, I'm gonna just do this. Boom. And then boom. So, here's Ryuko in the transformed sailor uniform. And then
Yu-Gi-Oh! Her hair.
let's see here. And then for Satsuki,
How does that look like Yu-Gi-Oh?
it's like the two-tone hair color. I think is what he's
Yeah,
talking
The
about.
hair.
Let's see if I can get a good one of Satsuki, because a lot of them are like figures or something. Let's see here.
But do you see how provocative that outfit is?
Yeah.
Trying to find a
They
good
like
one.
fight in these things?
Yes.
That's her outfit when she's in battle mode.
Oh, cool. It does a lot. Probably helps.
Ah, here we go. This is fan art, but it'll work. Let's see here. Skype. Oop, there you go. It'll
Oh
get the
yeah,
point
I've
across.
seen.
Oh, there we go. I don't know how I missed this one. Here's like the official one. Whoop. There we go.
Like naked mech warriors.
Pretty much.
Wow. Oh shit.
So, should we jump to the big reveal that will melt Orion's brain even further?
Depends. There's a couple of those. Which one are we talking about specifically?
The one where we find out what life fibers actually are?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
They're aliens!
Okay.
So, clothing is actually aliens that want to feed on humans.
Mm-hmm. And apparently,
They can't.
the history is that the life fibers arrived here on the planet Earth at some point in humans' far history, and humans, started to evolve because clothing decided to feed on us, and to do so, they started forcing us to evolve to be more delicious, essentially, to them.
Yeah.
So, and just jumping here to the end game, but our big bad, who we'll talk about later, her plan is to turn everybody into food for the clothing so that clothing can encompass the planet, and within time, Earth will explode, sending life fibers into space to populate new planets so the process can start over again.
Let's point out that that's already happened on another planet, and that's how the life fibers arrived on Earth originally.
Oh. It's kind of like Venom?
Yeah, you could look at it that way.
Yeah.
Huh.
Now, let's also give you this. The reason, and this one's up for debate, actually. I'm not sure, because it's not very clear. Raggio, who was our main big bad, supposedly, by her words at least, sacrificed her humanity to the life fibers and let them fully possess her.
Huh.
Now, the question that is there is whether or not this was willingly or not. Because while she claims to have done so willingly, I don't know if I believe her. Because, I mean, what was her motivation to do so from the beginning?
Oh, and if she wasn't so evil, was her one lackey, Ray, I think her name is?
Yeah, Rei Hoomaru.
Yeah,
I
Ray
believe that's
is
last
pretty
name.
cute, too. But she's so evil.
Wait, what about the tailor?
No.
I thought you loved that character, the Grand Courtier.
I love to hate her. She's one of those characters where you're like, oh, you are so horrible. I hate you so much, but you are such a good character.
She's so dedicated.
She is.
To the point that she loses her arms and is still making clothing.
Yeah, she has a very childlike personality, and she just wants to play. Come on, play with me, play with me.
Well, the question here is that her real personality, or is that just the way that she, like, hides her sadistic personality? Because I'm kind of leaning toward that last one.
Yeah, I'm going to say a little bit of both. I'm thinking she is sadistic, but since she's young, she has that like childlike vibe to her in a very sadistic way.
Well, that's why I'm saying, do you think that's a genuine personality, or do you think that's just like that's to hide the real sadistic side?
50-50 at this point. I will say that she's sadistic, but she has fun being sadistic.
But I mean, that's the point, though. Like, if she's sadistic and her whole like personality revolves around being sadistic, then in order to to interact with the world around her and not give people that awful impression, she has to hide it with that innocent attitude.
Okay, phrase like that, totally agree with you.
Like that's what I'm trying to get at.
And she's the one that killed Ryoko's father.
I wonder if that was always intended to be the case. Because every time we got that scene, it was always Satsuki's shadow that was there. Even when Nui was telling her that it was her that did it. So I have to I kept thinking, like, did Satsuki get involved somehow? And that's why her silhouette is there?
Or did Nui somehow disguise herself as Satsuki?
What would be the point, though? Nui didn't know the connection. Which we haven't gotten to for Ryan's sake, but still. My point being, she had no idea that there was any kind of connection between Ryuko and Satsuki. So her disguising herself as Satsuki would make no goddamn sense.
Yeah.
So I want to say it was originally intended to be Satsuki, and they changed their mind.
Oh, and did you see Nui's eye patch?
I didn't pay very special attention to it. Why?
I do know, much like in Fooly Cooly, it is two kanji overlapping, but I forget what I read it was. Oh. They literally Nui. Okay.
Definitely not an oldie. That was terrible. I'm sorry.
But oh my god, Nui, she is insane.
The greatest character ever. They do a really good job of pointing out that Nui is fundamentally broken, with the visuals at the very least. Mentally, she is not complete. Which is why I feel like that whole sadistic thing, personality thing is true. Like, The minute something goes wrong, she breaks. Like, when it doesn't go her way, she just shatters and goes ballistic. Like, what was it? When Ryuko's father, while fighting her before he dies, takes out her eye, she freaks the fuck out and just completely, and if Ryuko hadn't shown up, would have just probably like completely massacred that body. Like, the Matoi would just be in pieces all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of surprised when she lost her arms.
Yeah, and that was the other point where she started losing her fucking mind. Like, when her arms came off.
And she's like, my arms! My arms! You cut off my... Oh, just kidding. I can reattach my arms. Wait, I can't?
It's not working?
Because Nui is a being made from life fibers.
Okay.
Yes, so basically, she's a living piece of clothing who looks like a human.
What the fuck?
I don't think that's 100% accurate.
He is life fiber.
She's much closer to what Ragyo is, which is a mixture of human and life fiber.
Ah.
Like, what was it? She basically said, I forget if it was Ragyo or her, or Nui herself that said it, that she was like Ryuko, except she wasn't like, grown in the womb. She was essentially a test tube baby.
She was grown in a life fiber womb.
That's what it was, yeah. Yeah, she was essentially a test tube baby. I assume, because they didn't specify any other way, that Ragyo used her own cells to do that. I don't know who else she used, since I think by that point her husband had split.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, point being, I think she's still part human.
Oh, and speaking about dear old dad, do you want to break down that part?
Oh, you mean how Ragyo tried to test her own child and experiment on her own child to fuse that child with life fibers, and then when the experiment failed, she just assumed the child was dead and threw it into the trash as a failure.
Damn.
And how the husband realized what was going on and was like, I'm tired of this shit. We're not doing that. And so he grabbed the baby, who was still alive, and escaped. Turns out the child was Ryuko, and the father, Dr. Matoi, is in fact Ragyo's husband. Who, I love how they show how he transforms himself by just growing a beard, having some facial reconstruction surgery, and then just cracking his spine into a right angle.
So yeah, we find out that Sasuke and Ryuko are sisters.
Yes, also Satsuki hates Ragyo because of what happened to Ryuko. And Satsuki assumed that Ryuko was dead. Same with her father.
Right.
So, shockingly, she has been planning a coup d'etat against Ragyo the entire time by founding the school and everything, with the Goku uniforms and all of it.
Oh, and I think we forgot to mention that Ryuko's scissor blade can slice through life fibers.
Which most weapons cannot do. Bullets don't even do shit.
Yeah, and then Senketsu, the talking uniform, absorbs the life fiber.
He doesn't absorb the life fiber, he absorbs the Bansho, which is the key fiber, I think, out of everything that's in there. Because they tell us those uniforms are made out of 10%, 20%, and 30% life fibers based on the stars.
Mm-hmm.
And you only see Senketsu absorb one thread, which they point out is the Bansho, the key fiber that's holding the whole uniform together. which is where I assume all of the power to it is being held.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why it glows.
Yeah, so there's a lot of craziness in this that we're glancing over, like Nonon's band outfit turns into like a blimp.
Yeah, basically, it's a Zeppelin. It's a Zeppelin that shoots musical note missiles, musical note bullets and giant flute missiles.
Yes, all to the tune of like some
classical music shit.
The William Tell Overture, I think. I think it's that.
I'm telling you, man, the music's on point.
Yeah. Like the main battle theme is amazing. It gets me like pumped up. Oh my god. And then like Satsuki and the Elite Four join Nudist Beach.
Nudist Beach.
So they're all basically, to put it in the words of the teacher, naked nudists.
By the way, remember when you were talking about like fucking nails or whatever being weapons at one point, and I said, "Oh, you're gonna see that soon in this anime."
Oh yeah.
Satsuki's, for whatever fucking reason, fake toenail that's made of the same material that can cut life fibers. Why the fuck she has that? I have no idea, because it never comes up again.
Right.
Like, it's never a thing.
Huh.
Oh my god. So, yeah. The final fight takes place in space.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't quite go to Bayonetta levels, but there is definitely some close shit to that. Because the final level of Bayonetta is straight up in space.
Yeah. And Senketsu dies.
Yeah, he burns up on entry.
Yeah.
Overload.
Because sailor uniforms are meant to be grown out of. I know, you will find clothes cuter than me one day.
I mean, that one kind of hits the nail a bit on the head. But whatever, it works.
Yeah, so very emotional scene about her losing a piece of clothing who is her best friend.
Her Sunday best.
I remember I lost my blanket when I was a kid, so I know how she feels.
Yeah. And it's funny because for the first half of the series, everybody thinks Ryoko is just a little bit crazy talking to her school uniform.
Because nobody else can hear Senketsu talk.
Nobody can tell.
Nobody can hear him talk.
No, not at all.
They look different though when they're at school, right?
Like they look like a normal sailor outfit that's on them, yeah.
Okay.
Then there's the transformation that you see there.
Okay. I was gonna say they didn't notice her underboob and vag hanging out of fucking.
Well, I mean, transforming clothing is a normal thing there.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just pull up what she looks like normally. That's her normal outfit. So pretty average schoolgirl outfit.
A little more midriff than normal, but yeah, otherwise.
Okay. And it's black instead of like white and blue or whatever.
Okay.
That's the guy with all of the like digital keyboards all over his body that just keeps typing at. Sadly, the gift didn't send, which is disappointing.
Just hacker, man.
Now, let's try this. Will this give you the whole thing? Because it's an obnoxiously long URL. Yeah, there you go. It's like the way he starts typing, like it gets real creepy because he keeps typing on different parts of his body.
And they have variants of it. They have like Mark II variants, and they have what I found extra hilarious nudist beach variants to their outfits.
Oh yeah, when did this show come out?
I think 2014.
2013.
Okay.
Let's see exact.
Oh yeah, here you go. Here's Mr. Nudist beach teacher, and in all his glowing glory.
What the fuck? His nipples are just on fire.
They're just glowing purple. I don't know why.
October 2013 to March 2014. 24 episodes with a bonus epilogue available on the DVD and Blu-ray.
Also, here's another great side to this guy. There you go. His personal DTR.
Is that his asshole? Hold on, what is this? Yep. He's just getting plugged up. What the fuck's going on here?
He's in a little mecha.
Is he getting milked? What the fuck is going on? It looks like his dick and balls are through the back of his legs. He's wearing like an iron skirt.
See, Orion's starting to understand what we went through when we first started watching this.
Yes. Yes.
Like, this is exactly the kind of shit we were going through when we first saw it. It's like, what the fuck is this shit?
What the hell's going on here, man?
You will need
you're
to watch
starting
this.
to get it.
You will need to watch this.
He is starting to understand.
Yes. Jumping into the epilogue, we find out that Ray is still alive, and even though the Starseed Cocoon Sphere has been defeated, she still has a plan to bring everybody's bad memories about Sasuke and the Elite Four back from whatever realm they came from, so she creates evil doppelgangers of them for one last fight. So
They're made of life fibers, by the way, if you didn't get that.
They're made of the fabric?
Basically, yep.
Huh. Wait, so another, like, bad version of the... Or are they all bad? Like the clothing.
These are evil doppelgangers.
Here's the thing, right? I would say that this is, like, for the most part, other than, the main piece, which they call the primal life fiber, that brought all of this shit here. For the most part, they're just outright used as like a tool, essentially, more than anything else. Since Senketsu is the only one that actually has any kind of, like, consciousness, aside from potentially the primal life fiber.
Okay.
Oh! And there are these alien life forms called covers, which looks like a white suit. That chest piece, or like the opening of the suit, is this mouth. It opens up, swallows humans, and then transforms into its true body, which is creepy.
Yeah, because you see like a shriveled head of the person it absorbed as like your tie, like where your tie would be, as like a little tie decoration.
But luckily, people can be suctioned out of the suit and resume their human form, which is kind of hilarious.
Oh yeah, especially because of the innuendos. Let's not forget that part.
So many innuendos. So many saying, get naked.
Yep.
Oh my god. Crap, what were I just going to say? Crap.
We were talking about the epilogue.
Oh yeah. And one part that I don't think I was directly going to get into the epilogue, but I kind of found Ray's redemption to be a little bit fast.
They did cram it all into one episode. But we also didn't have like any real backstory on her until this episode. They kind of crammed it all into one.
I felt this could have been like 10 minutes longer.
Honestly, I think they should have made it a movie because I thought that's what this was because I read a little synopsis of it at one point before I watched it because I'm like, oh, cool, this is the end, and then you mentioned an epilogue, and I'm like, it's not a movie. I think it should have been a movie. It would have left left them enough time to like develop Rey a bit more, and let us just understand where everything sat with her and why.
Yeah, but this is so interesting of an anime, and you may find this interesting, Brandon. Kill la Kill's director also was the director of Tekatopa Gurren Lagann.
Yes, I heard it was actually the same team. Like it wasn't just the same director; it was the same team that worked on Gurren Lagann.
And I think it was the director of it. Crap, I forget his name. I was looking at it earlier, but he was the one to spin off into Studio Trigger.
Mm-hmm.
So it was his idea to like break away from Gainax and make his own studio.
You know, I think we forgot a very important character here.
Guts?
Guts. I'm glad you knew exactly who I was talking about. The little pervert dog in a hoodie.
Yes. Oh! Oh! Wait. Let's talk about Guts, and then speaking about hoodies!
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but, Mako's younger brother, her father, and the dog are all incredible perverts.
Yep.
Incredible perverts.
Yep. Although they tend to like tone that down as we get further in. Like they start off that way with Ryuko, but they slow it down by I'd say halfway through,
Yeah.
which is kind of surprising. And all the dog's name is Guts, and all he can say is Guts. So you know we were talking about Pokemon. There's one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I just noticed something. Hold on a minute. So here's a question. Remember when we were talking about how like Mako has this weird shit going on? I just noticed Gamagori's hands are so fucking tiny on this.
What?
And they're all and of course all of them are girls and somehow Nonon's like more busty. And her hat looks like it's a skull with guts on it. Like a skull guts as the hat.
I miss this still image.
I think this was the epilogue one.
Okay. But yeah, I did see that canonically, Gamagori does have an official height. I think according to one art book, he's 8'1".
Then why is he literally so big he can't fit in a room?
I don't know. I think it's like his presence manipulates his size.
I'm just gonna go with he can grow and shrink at will.
Can we talk about one of our favorite characters, Kinyo Takurada?
Oh, you mean the guy that wants to be a gangster so bad but is so white?
Yes? Who
Like,
uses dollar bills as weapons, razor sharp weapons that Mako just catches out of the air because she's so poor?
it's her version of an aura, just catching dollar bills.
Oh, oh
Like,
my
it's
god,
great.
this is a great series! Any other questions you have for us?
No.
Perfect.
This is. I don't even know, really.
Would you have any interest in watching this?
I might try it.
Let's see.
I might try watching an episode.
Oh my god, yes.
So there's a Mako Nendoroid figure with the uniform.
Oh my god, I love it.
You're gonna love it more. Hold the fucking phone. You're gonna love this. Here. They even have the accessory that makes it do this. Where her eyes just turn into giant squirt guns.
Early on, one thing you said you didn't like was that some scenes had limited animation.
It's not that I don't like it. I think it works, and it's weird that it works. Like it's the weird juxtaposition between like literal animation that is like 2 frames, like when the boxing dude is trying to explain how the fuck his uniform works, and then like the extremely quality animation of the fight sequences. And like they do not stay on model with a lot of this stuff either, which can sometimes be a very bad thing, but when it's done well, like it is here, it works really well.
Like Yamagori's tiny hands.
Right? I mean, that one's a visual gag, like all the way around. That one's not even one I would consider in that regard. Like,
Yeah.
by the way, here you go. There's her Goku uniform in all its glory. For you, Orion.
Why is it called Goku? Is that like a name of a uniform?
I believe it's because of I believe Goku is meant to be like warring or whatever. Like the Son Goku period is the warring states period of Japan.
Okay.
So I think it's meant to be like the warring uniform.
Also, Sengoku Driver.
You know, I recognize that term. I'm completely blanking on it.
Kamen Rider Gaim.
I was gonna say, was it Gaim?
Yes.
What's a gun? Oh, a gun.
Gaim. I love that joke.
Oh my god, why?
It's so great. Oh, man.
Yes. And one thing we forgot to mention, are the subtitles actually there or not?
You know, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
Because there are subtitles that appear for the character's name, location name, and for one, Mako was climbing over the subtitle so that she could get to the battle faster. So, that's another thing that I'm like, what's going on here?
No, man, ignore reality.
It seems to just break the fourth wall at that point.
Oh yeah, yes. Like Mako feels like she breaks the fourth wall a lot.
Yeah.
Like not directly, but like indirectly, like climbing over subtitles like that.
Yeah.
Like what is it? The entire school turns into a fucking like self-defense mecha in the epilogue, and she just randomly starts controlling it somehow, even though she's being drained as the power source.
Right.
Like somehow she gets control over it, and the goddamn robot does her poses.
Yeah. And her will of her friendship powers her Goku uniform to pilot the Naked Sun battleship to ridiculous levels.
Yeah.
And a lot of
The entire battleship is just a giant dagger. It's great.
a lot of things are naked, like the teacher's car is the naked shooting star.
But what about the DTR? He's so obsessed with calling it a DTR because he thinks it sounds cooler that he won't call it what it actually is.
Which I forget. It's like something technical, no, defensive technical robo. I think.
DTR. It's a Dotonbori robo.
Oh, Doton, okay.
Dotonbori. Or DTR.
Oh my god.
Or, you know, our lovely man and his mega golden crab. Hey, yo, this is for shizzle. Jesus Christ, it's so bad.
I guess that's all for this episode. Anything you want to add, Brandon?
I think we've dragged it on long enough.
Yes. I highly suggest Kill la Kill. I didn't know I would like it this much. I would have watched it years ago. I think I was going to because my one friend recommended it, and then I got sidetracked into something else and completely forgot about it. But, oh my god, I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
Mm,
Next week we'll be going for an older anime, and we will begin the experiment. If the creator gives us permission, that is. If the director allows us, we will begin the experiment.
All right.
So until then, later.
bye.
Bye.